Week 1 is in the books. We have the Chiefs versus the Cowboys in their very first game. Brandon Weeden did fairly well with the Chiefs in his debut. Not super great, but Russell Wilson did not throw for any touchdowns, but he had 2 rushing touchdowns. As you can see, that really long run with the QB option, and there he sneaks another touchdown late in the game. And again, as mentioned, Whedon got something done, but not enough to take them the distance. It'll be interesting to see if these Cowboys find a way to make it work this season and get more than 7 wins. Next up, we have the Falcons and the Buffalo Bills. Peyton Manning's game started off rough. He was getting hit, sacked, throwing interceptions. You can see Chris Ponder having a great start, and they were down like 14-0 or something like that early in the game. But as the game progressed, and after the Buffalo had their fun, Peyton Manning slowly but surely fought his way back. You can look at that beautiful catch there, almost like a one-handed catch there by Larry Fitzgerald, who gets a big play there. That's Manning rolling out and dotting the touchdown to his man, Butler, who's actually like 97 speed. You see another big throw there, and I think this was to get to overtime. Or to get into the red zone, excuse me. And then there you see the screen play for his running back, McGahee, who got the game-leading touchdown. So there you have it, the Falcons and the Bills. Next up, we have the Patriots taking on the New Orleans Saints. Here we have Tim Tebow getting some momentum early. Saints did very similar to what our previous team did, the Buffalo Bills, but the Patriots have so much firepower, and they pounded their way back, getting the W 28-20 over the Saints. Brady's got Brandon Tate there, one of his better running backs. There we have the touchdown to LaDainian Tomlinson, old man running back, still trying to be relevant. But Brady making things happen. That's Malcolm Kelly, who came over from the Pittsburgh Steelers. So 28-20 is the score. You can take a look at the stats there. And then we have the Bengals versus the Lions. Now, Brodie Croyle is facing his former team. Croyle used to be with the Lions. He was there ever since he was drafted, but left in free agency after a change in coaches. But here we have Croyle getting his payback on his former team. Delivers the loss to the Lions and a win for the Cincinnati Bengals. Right there you see 4th overall pick, Justin Blackmon, getting the touchdown. And Ryan Tannehill in his debut went okay, but not so great. He runs in that touchdown right there, and he dots the TD in that last frame. Right there to the rookie Hill, Jason Hill to be exact. So Bengals get their win. We have the Vikings versus the Ravens. So RG3 gets his debut against Colin Kaepernick. Now, in this situation, Kaepernick gets the win in a very slow game. As you can see, a 2-point conversion there, basically to seal the game by 7. Not many highlights in this one. But RG3 had 4 interceptions, which is not great for a start. Then you have the Browns versus the Dolphins, and I love this game, this combination. We've got basically 2 of the best quarterbacks in that 2010 class, which is ironically Terrell Pryor, who won Rookie of the Year, and Cam Newton. But Cam here has number 84, who is going to become 81, but Calvin Johnson Jr. So that's like a cheat code in and of itself. But the Browns are the ones that come away with the victory. We see their new addition, Felix Jones, from the Saints coming in. But again, you have stuff like that. That was Fred Davis, the acquisition and free agency for the Dolphins. Pryor rolling out, throws it up, and a beautiful catch there to Anthony Gonzalez, his Ohio State buddy. And there we have Robisky, the other Ohio State receiver, making a big touchdown grab there, leaping catch. Jordy Nelson making some plays as well. But it really comes down to the Browns, who had a big play there that really ended the game for them late, that they sealed the deal. So good for the Browns, starting off hot this season. So now we have the Steelers versus the Jets. So we have Clinton Portis making the big run. But despite that, the Pittsburgh Steelers, in a tight game, end up closing out victorious. There you see Emmanuel Sanders getting the touchdown. And Alex Smith gets that screen pass to Portis. So we'll see. I mean, the Jets are so stacked, but they keep finding ways to lose games and not be the top team every year. You got Alex Smith, who's rated one of the best in the league, Portis, the best running back in the league, basically, and they just still can't get it done. But Pittsburgh does. Here we have an NFC East showdown between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. Now, Michael Vick is out for 2 weeks, so his brother Marcus Vick is the starting quarterback. In this game, we see the Commanders take it strongly. We have Donovan McNabb, who got injured in the first drive, so Thaddeus Lewis finished the game. As you can see, he just threw the interception to the lineman. So they had some good plays there. That's Gooden, I believe, running it in for the touchdown. No, Ivory. Excuse me, Ivory running in for the touchdown. There's Gooden running this touchdown in. So really, they just powered the game with their running game. They just powered through. Thaddeus Lewis played mediocre, but as you can see, they lost by 10, 28-10. But he did get some touchdown passes to give his career some stats. So there you go, 28-18. We'll see how the season progresses for the Commanders, especially once Vic comes back. The real Vic comes back. So now we have the Giants versus the Broncos. This is Sam Bradford playing against Carson Palmer. A.J. Green getting the score early there. Ryan Matthews responding. Matthews, who had a really good rookie year. I mean, he was up there for Rookie of the Year, but he has not been I don't feel he's been that pronounced. But he is in a very tough division. I mean, you got the Commanders, the Eagles. Even Dallas can be tough. Right there, he throws the interception to the lineman. I don't know why I kept doing that this week. Ahmad Bradshaw. We see Palmer throwing it in, but it is the Giants who get the win here. NFC East, tough division. Next up, we have the Arizona Cardinals versus the Houston Texans. So we have Andy Dalton versus Jake Locker, who runs in for the touchdown. Cardinals lost a lot of their receiving options, but they still find ways to make it happen. Rookie Chris Givens gave them some life in this game, but they do fall short to the Texans. And that was to Troy Williamson. But we see stuff like that, just giving Dalton a hard time. Losing Calvin Johnson Jr. is a huge loss for them. And there we go. The running attack from Houston with CJ Spiller is very good. He's a good running back. And there he dots a touchdown. Andy Dalton runs it in for a touchdown, but too little too late. But Spiller with the 123 yards. Now we have the Seahawks versus the Jaguars. So we have the throw and the run there by the rookie Nick Foles, intercepted by Polamalu. He was sacked multiple times. Nick Foles had a bad time. We have Mario Williams taking him down. Time and time again, the Jaguars just looked as miserable as you would expect. And there's beast mode, Marshawn Lynch in his debut with the Seahawks, also quarterbacking is Eli Manning. But there's beast mode trucking people over. It's going to be a thing all year. So he left the Kansas City Chiefs, both him and Eli, and they reunite in Seattle. And the Seahawks might be a very tough opponent this year with Eli and their defense, Marshawn Lynch. Looking to see if they can really compete against the 49ers this year. They also have to compete against the Rams with Andrew Luck. But you can see dropping touchdowns. There's DeMarco Murray. I think it may not be Murray, but one of their running backs pounding it in. We'll see in the stats which one that running back that was. And so we have Foles getting a touchdown there. Number 20, who ran it in. I think that's... I'm about to see. But here was one of the biggest plays of the game. Is we have this punt return by Finnegan, who takes it all the way. So it's nice to have some kick return, punt return touchdowns because that does happen regularly in the game or in real life. Yeah, it was Slayton. Steve Slayton was the running back. So now we got the Rams and the Titans. So we have rookie Andrew Luck in his debut, narrowly defeating the Tennessee Titans under Josh Freeman. We see Tim Hightower from the Eagles trying to get some his opportunity to be a starting running back because he was behind Frank Gore in Philadelphia. And we see a fumble there, not looking great in his debut with the Rams. And despite the run there by Stewart for the touchdown, it is a 10-13 game. So there we see modest stats at best. Then the 49ers and the Colts. So the Colts are without both Manning, because Manning went to the Falcons, and they're without Brady Quinn. Tyrod Taylor gets to start over the rookie Kirk Cousins. And we can see they don't really need any of their quarterbacks because there's Chris Johnson doing it himself. I wanted to show you this run in the gameplay mode as opposed to the highlight because look at all those tackles the man broke. And you can go back and watch that. Beautiful toe-touching touchdown right there for the Colts. 26-11 victory in the end. We have Drew Brees having a hard time getting started, and he gets something there late with Des Bryant, but that is too little, too late. As you can see, the touchdown there. Nice little replay. But yeah, Tyrod Taylor gets it done. Starts the game and wins. NFC North showdown here on Sunday night. We have the Packers with Stafford versus Jason Campbell and the Chicago Bears. Stafford started off hot, but unfortunately, I don't know what it is about the Packers, but they find a way to lose when it matters. You can see that beautiful pass right there. Antonio Brown making the play, but Campbell even screwing up. That's Sean Merriman. The Packers have Merriman, DeMarcus Ware, and Von Miller on their defensive linebacking core, so they should be really tough on defense, and they are. I know in future weeks they are tough to go up against, but Jason Campbell, the poised quarterback from Atlanta who lost his job to Manning, gets a really good opportunity here, and as you can see, what was that? It was a sack that the guy just grabbed the ball out of Stafford's hand, and that really was the turning point in the game. That pass there to Tate, all they need to seal the deal and come out with the victory. So the Bears go up 1-0 in their division. Then on Monday night, we have the Panthers versus the Buccaneers. So Joe Flacco gets demolished. This Panthers defense used to be one of the best in the league, and they were abysmal after losing their studs on defense. We try to make it happen, and yeah, we're able to get something going a little bit. We got 21 points, but we see Blaine Gabbert, Darren McFadden, this Buccaneers team just continue to pound away and bully the Panthers. And there you see, who is that? But none other than Browns legend Josh Gordon, the 4th-round receiver, doing Josh Gordon things. And there you see a touchdown. He was making plays happen throughout the entire game. He is going to be very fun to play with this season. Right there, another touchdown there. I don't remember if he had 2 or 3 touchdowns this game. We'll see in the stats. But you see another Gabbert throw, another beautiful catch there right in the middle by who else but Josh Gordon. Yep, there's his third. It was 3 touchdowns. Oh, no, it was 2 touchdowns, and Macklin got number 18 there. And there we see the interception, or the catch there by the Panthers. We see Owen Daniels making the play down the sideline. But Buccaneers get a big win on primetime football. And that's Javid Best. So yeah, Gordon ended up with the 2 touchdowns, right? And so here we have the standings, power rankings, and the league leaders in passing, rushing, and receiving. So hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to try to keep them shorter. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you for week 2.